So the name of Lisbon comes from the first sophisticated civilization that came here, with the Phoenicians, that called it Alix-Ubus, which means safe harbor. So later, Alix-Ubus became Lisboa. It's a phonetical evolution of the word.
We stop paying attention to the city. We don't really look at the city anymore. We go home and we go to work. We go back home. And we look down and we already ask all the questions to our friends, our parents, our family. So we stop paying attention to the city, right? Being a tour guide, I can see my city every day with different eyes, with your eyes. And that's why questions are so important. Okay?
So what can you hear?
Anyway, it's a very good example for the Portuguese tiles. These are the Portuguese tiles. Do you know how we call these tiles in Portuguese? No one? In Spanish? Azulejos. Do you know why?
Wow. Blue.
Blue,
Azul.
because of the color blue, right? See how many blue tiles you have there. It's not because of the color, but this is why I asked this question. The word blue in Portuguese is azul, and azulejo, it's a very similar word, right? And there are a lot of tiles famous in blue, right? So a lot of people relate the color with the name. But actually remember the Moors, they introduced the tiles here. They used to call something like alzulacha, which means the little polished stone that reflects the heat. So if you live in a warm place like the desert, and if you cover your house with tiles, they will reflect the heat, as you can see. And they also insulate your house from the humidity. So if you live next to big bodies of water, like the river down there, or the ocean on that direction, and if you cover your walls with tiles, they will protect the walls from the humidity, okay? Actually, I know you all have tiles at home, right? You want a kitchen? Where? Where else? Bathroom? Maybe in the floor to wash the floor. It's near the water, and this is the reason. They are also very decorative, as you can see, and they are very easy to clean, right? But they are very expensive. So it was also a symbol of wealthy, and only rich people could afford to cover their house with tiles. The Moors, by religion, they could not represent living beings or worship images. Only geometrical figures representing the universe, letters or numbers. So if you look more to the houses on the side, you can see more the Moorish influence. After, when they were gone, we start to use our own way, which should be every possible way, like this way here, or this ugly way here. The famous blue tiles, they actually came from China in the 16th century, and the idea was to reproduce, to simulate the Chinese ceramics, which was even more expensive. So we could afford to cover our walls with Chinese ceramics. Usually the blue tiles, you find them in convents, monasteries, churches, or palaces, people with more money. And usually they represent nobility, daily life scenes, or religious scenes. That's why they are blue tiles. Questions? This answer your question? Yes, perfect. they also knew it was possible to find land in the ocean. Islands could be found in the ocean. They just didn't know if these islands were good to live, if they had people living there or monsters living there. You know the Greek legends, for example, the Odyssey, Ulysses. How do you say Ulysses?